What's up everyone, Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're playing Halo 2 in 2021. This video is part of my marathon of the Halo series. Last video was Combat Evolved. In that video, I talked about the state of the game 20 years after its initial release, and I said that Combat Evolved still holds up pretty well, and it's a lot of fun in 2021. So let's see if the same thing is true for Halo 2. I'm going to start off by answering the most important question when talking about Halo 2 in 2021. Do people still play this game online? The answer is yes. There are a lot of players in 2021. I have no problem getting into a match, and there are a lot more players for Halo 2 than there are in Halo 1, because I notice when I'm playing Halo 1 on MCC, sometimes it takes a couple of minutes for me to actually find a match. It's also pretty common in Halo 1 that I run into the same players very often, even during different play sessions, but with Halo 2, I get new players all the time, and it takes me much less time to actually get into a match. And it doesn't matter what time of day you're trying to play. I was playing at like 3 in the morning in the East Coast, and I had no issue finding a match almost instantly. Your experience may vary depending on where you live. If you're in like South America or Asia, you may have a harder time finding a match, but I'm not sure. I don't live in those regions, so I'm not sure how it works in every part of the world. But all I know is that in North America and Europe, you should have no issue finding matches of Halo 2 in pretty much every game mode. Now that we talked about the player count and how many people are playing this game, let's get into the actual gameplay and how it holds up in 2021. Well, coming from Halo 1 to Halo 2, I noticed a lot of differences in not only the gameplay, but the overall meta, which is quite different when compared to Combat Evolved. One big difference is that Halo 2 has a much faster health regeneration than in Halo 1, so you don't have to take as much cover as you did in Halo 1, where you had the health packs and the shields were really slow to recharge. In Halo 2, your shield charges really fast and your health is charged along with it, so you don't have to pick up the health pack in order to regain your health. It charges up automatically. For me personally, I like this a lot better than the health system in Halo 1, but that all comes down to personal preference. A lot of people like it that you have to regenerate your health much slower in the first game because you're not just able to run away from a gunfight and come right back with full health. I don't know, I just feel like the game flows a lot better with the health regen being a lot faster in Halo 2, because I like having the option of getting out of a tough situation, a tough gunfight, that I know I'm going to lose. While in Halo 1, if you can't find those health packs scattered around the map, you're pretty much screwed, especially with how slow the movement is in Halo compared to games like Quake and Unreal Tournament, where if your health is low, you could just run the fuck out of the way and pick up the health packs. But I just don't feel the health pack system works very well in Halo compared to the other arena shooters like Quake and UT. Another big change from Halo 1 to Halo 2 that I also think is really good is that there's pretty much no fall damage in Halo 2. So you can fall from the greatest height and you won't take any damage to your health, and you can't die from falling unless you hit a kill barrier, of course. So if you're in a map and it's nothing but a bottomless pit and you fall into the pit, then yeah, you're gonna die fall damage, but for the most part, if you land from like a really high point of the map all the way to the bottom, you won't take any damage at all, which is different from Halo 1 because Halo 1 did have fall damage. And I think no fall damage in an arena shooter like Halo works very well, because Halo is a game that has a lot more emphasis on movement and map knowledge than a game like Call of Duty, where all you're really doing is running and gunning and there's nothing else to it. So yeah, I definitely think a game like Halo benefits a lot from no fall damage because you have more options in where you can move and how you can move around the map. Those are two big improvements that Halo 2 has made over the first one, which is why I think that Halo 2 is more fun to play in 2021 than Combat Evolved, because it's just such a huge improvement over the first game, and the first game's amazing. I love playing Halo 1, by the way. I'm not trying to trash on Halo 1. I just like the meta and core gameplay mechanics a lot more in Halo 2 than the ones that were in the first game, like no fall damage, faster health regen, and even the weapon balancing is a lot better in my opinion in Halo 2, because in Halo 1, all people used were sniper rifles and pistols. That was pretty much it. But in Halo 2, the plasma weapons are used a lot more because they're actually viable, so I prefer the weapon balancing in Halo 2. Halo 2 also has much better hit reg. The hit reg in Halo 1 wasn't the best and was really frustrating at times. In Halo 2, it's a huge improvement, and the spawns are also much better in Halo 2. Still not perfect, but a huge improvement over Halo 1 because the spawn logic in the first Halo was awful. You just kept spawning and dying non-stop. So that issue is alleviated a bit in Halo 2. And Halo 2, I also noticed, even though it only came out 3 years after Combat Evolved, the graphics look so much nicer in Halo 2. Even though they were both games on the original Xbox, Bungie did a pretty good job at making the graphics even better in the second game. It looks better than most of the games I played from 2004, that's for sure. But since we're talking about graphics, I guess this is a good time to bring up Halo 2 Anniversary, which has its own standalone multiplayer separate from Halo 2 in the MCC. You notice that if you try to go on multiplayer, Halo 2 and Halo 2 Anniversary have their own playlists that are separate from each other. And the reason why MCC separates Halo 2 and Halo 2 Anniversary, you could probably tell by the gameplay, it's because they run on completely different engines. So the gunplay and even the movement to an extent doesn't feel the same in Halo 2 Anniversary compared to the original. I actually get a lot of Halo 4 vibes. The gunplay feels quite similar to Halo 4, and the hit rate really reminds me of Halo 4. It doesn't feel anything like it did in Halo 2. But obviously, in Halo 2 Anniversary, there's no sprinting, there's no specialization, so it's not exactly like Halo 4. It tries to take a lot of the same stuff from Halo 2, but port it over to a brand new engine. So the balancing and the overall weapon meta and, a lot of that stuff that I talked about throughout the video, they are pretty much intact in Halo 2 Anniversary, but because Halo 2 Anniversary doesn't share the same engine as the original Halo 2, it just doesn't feel the same. Even though Halo 2 Anniversary aged a lot better from a technical perspective, I would definitely recommend playing the original Halo 2 over the Anniversary Edition, especially since the Anniversary Edition only has 7 multiplayer maps from Halo 2. Halo 2 had 25 maps. So, if you decide to play Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, but not the multiplayer for the original, you'll be missing out on a lot of content, since Halo 2 has 18 more maps than the actual remake does. To be honest with you guys, I'm not sure why they put Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer as an option in MCC. I'm really trying to figure that one out, because you don't have Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary in MCC, which was pretty much Halo Reach with Halo 1 maps, but still, why would you include Halo 2 Anniversary and not Halo 1 Anniversary? That just seems pretty strange to me, why they decided to do that. And I also don't really understand the point of a remake that doesn't even have all the content from the original game. So while Halo 2 Anniversary can be fun from time to time, it's definitely no replacement for the original Halo 2. And because it used a different engine, doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like what Halo 2 felt like. It's pretty much Halo 4 with no sprinting. But it seems like Halo 2 Anniversary has its own fans. It has plenty of players online. Like, I have no problem finding a match of Halo 2 Anniversary. So maybe I'm the only one that doesn't really care much for it. I don't know. But that's Halo 2 in 2021. It's still a really good experience 17 years later. I would definitely recommend you check it out if you haven't already. And if you played Halo 2 back in the day and haven't played in years, I definitely would recommend that you get back into it, because it's still a whole lot of fun. That's coming from someone that didn't play much of Halo 2 at all back in its prime, so I have no nostalgia for this game. I didn't even play my first game of Halo 2 until 2021, so this year is the first time I've ever played this game. So if I'm saying it still holds up, then it still holds up. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.